Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Monday Night Pink Panther stream on this public holiday, the King's birthday. Hope you're all doing well and had a good day off and enjoyed the football. That was a tough one, man. That was really tough. I noticed a few of us were doubling up, and I've even made up a bullshit word in Styn, S-T-Y-N, just in hope that I would hit something, which I failed miserably at. that was a bit of a doozy. Usually we have some pretty easy ones, but that was tough. How are you, Mint? What's going on, mate? Not sure if you caught the pod. I dropped, yes, the message you sent me. Yeah, I know, Stein. I was just hitting and hoping. Just hitting hope. And a few people said the man you mentioned has signed a recent contract, but contracts don't mean shit. So I back you in, man. I back you in. Oh, Brados. Apparently he did, but it ends in a couple of years. But I still stand by what you say. Brados with the Prime. Thank you very much, mate. Pardon me. Let me bring up my game board for your chance to win $10. Yeah, I agree with you, Min. If it's only 2024, that's someone was mentioning 10. Yeah, it's 10 years, a 7-year deal, but I hadn't had a chance to look at it myself. But even if that was true, for me personally, knowing you and where you come from, it wouldn't detract from me believing what you've written. So I still believe it. Ah. Up and go, Min's gifted one. Min, you're a legend. All right, well, we've got 2 picks of the board here. Brados, thank you so much for the Prime first up. You can go first. Min, you can keep a number up your sleeve as well. And well done to AJ for getting the gifted. Let me flick over to my game show. So, Brados, thank you so much for the pick on the board got to me. Thank you so much for the Prime sub, Brados. Much appreciated. Pick a number from this board here for a chance to win yourself a cheeky $10. G'day Tex, how are you, mate? What's going on? King, Formula 1. I went and pre-ordered it off Steam today. So I've got it downloaded and pre-installed, ready to go. Although it does say there's another download to do it, but I don't know why. 29 for Brados. 29. Do we have... I've not clicked on... There we go. Do we have a gold star? No gold star, Brados, but I really, really appreciate the Prime, mate. Thank you so much. 2 months following. You're an absolute superstar, mate. Really appreciate it and love your work. Min, have you got a number you wanna pick? Tex, I know. Tex was on fire. I mean, how bad at West Coast travelling, honestly? 77. Now that's an unlucky number for my family, but 77. Thank you again, Min, as well, for the gifted sub. You're a legend. You know, you're an esteemed mod, and I love the work you do. And the AFL work you do as well, just quietly. No gold star behind the 77, but I appreciate the gifted. And AJ, on the receiving end of such generosity, is very, very grateful as well, no doubt. When I clicked on the wrong thing. But no, thank you so much, guys, for love and support. Really appreciate it. Yeah, so F1 is installed, raring to go. So that should be good. Yeah, obviously haven't got any early access at all, but that's okay. What else has happened? We've had Port win. The game today was quite good. I thought the Pies were going to jag another late one. I really did think they were going to sneak over the line there. Dix! Oh, Dix from Min, well done. But yeah, the Ds, I mean, for all intents and purposes, the Ds should have won by a lot more given the scoring shots alone. So, fascinating game. There's, 2 really good teams going at it. And I won't be shocked if they're, both playing in prelims or in the grand final, to be honest. So kind of a bit of a preview in some aspects. Yeah, so I liked the little thing you sent through, Min, in the mod chat with the start of your good work. I'm going to be keen to see how that unfolds for you, mate, just to see how much changing there is as well. Textman, thoughts on Pickett? I honestly won't talk too much about it because it's still playing out and I don't think it would be fair. I'll get back to that. Spider. Oh no, Min's gifted another one. Tier 1 sub to Spider. Thank you, Min. Gee, this board's got you going good, hasn't it? Gifted 1 sub. Alright, Min, you know the rule. Back to the game show. Have another pick. I'll get back to the Pickett question in a second. I haven't forgotten text. Thank you, Min. What number are we going with now? We're almost hitting a hype train here too. I've had one of those. 33 for Min. Is there a gold star behind the number 33? Here we go. And Min is the winner of the $10 behind. Number 33 is the gold star. Congratulations, Min. You have won yourself a cheeky $10 that I will flick your way. So well done, mate. He's actually nailed it. Very good. Now I've got to make a new board. Jesus Christ, I haven't thought that through. I haven't got a second board ready to go, but he has done it. He has hit the 33, found the golden star, and will be on the receiving end of $10. Well done, Min. Very, very good effort, mate. Thank you for your love and support, and now you've been paid back. Very good. Wow, a few people got super close there with dancing around it, but you nailed it. You nailed it. Your second attempt, bang, straight on. I'll have to do up another board to get that going for next time, but that's it. Good karma. Exactly right. Very good, Min. Well done. I will message you privately and we will get that sorted. I'm glad that went off. Very glad. People got so close, but you hit it. The Pickett thing. You're going to donate my car and expect a Lamborghini in my garage eventually. Yeah, that's it, Min. Keep doing nice things and good things come to those. So Tex, back to the Pickett thing. I won't go into too much about it because it's still a live situation playing out in court, other than to say that hopefully Marlon and his family are doing well. We'd have to wait and see what comes of it before we can sort of say or do anything further. It's just, yeah, there's not much else to be said on that front, unfortunately. So it'd be interesting to see if he's available for selection this week or not. Apparently he wants to play, but whether the club will pick him, whether they think he needs to have a mental break or not, is another thing altogether. So we'll have to wait and see how that pans out. But yeah, a very interesting week of football, you know. And then we look at bloody poor Basher Hawley. Had the car accident as well, so luckily he's seemingly all okay, which is good. But yeah, it's been an interesting 24 hours or 48 hours for the Tigers. Now let's say the next patch delivers the goods. I know, kidney. I know. We'll have to. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm assuming there'll be a patch tomorrow. I don't know one way or another, but we'll have to see what comes through, I guess. Oh, this one's genuine star making. How deep we talking? The draft. It's always interesting to hear people say it's a deep draft or a shallow draft, and people trading picks and all that kind of stuff.
EA Sports.
Yeah, I thought I'd do some golf. Still got some unfinished business on here.
The season-long race.
Oh, why is it doing that on?
Today, from the wetlands, it's live opening round coverage of the Florida Classic.
That shouldn't be coming up. I did a test record of this, and it recorded fine, but now, when I look at it on stream, it is not doing it as it should be. Bear with me a second, I'm going to have to fix this. Oh, I need to turn off that music too. I don't know why it does that. It's like it has a hissy fit when it comes to the golf game. I've got no idea why it doesn't do it. Hey, Gocko, how are you, mate?
As long as you don't get ahead of yourself, because you know there's that sort of phrase you can be a little too cocky. Confidence is a good thing, though. I just think take a little step back. I mean, all the back.
Oh, has it not come through on OBS? No, display capture. There we go.
That.
Sorry, it was on a black screen. That should fix that.
A series of good shots. So Thursday.
Yeah, Grok won. Exactly Min won the Golden Star. Won the Golden Star. This is EA PGA Tour. For those playing at home. G'day, Jake on TikTok. No, haven't given up on the AFL. I just wanted to play some golf because I've got some unfinished business in the in a couple of tournaments. So, but I'm not quite happy with how that's coming through on TikTok. So bear with me a second. I'm going to adjust that. A little bit of trial and error. But no, there should be another patch coming out, I'm assuming tomorrow for Steam, and hopefully with any luck that the PlayStation gang get some of their stuff as well in the next 24 hours or so. So going back to the live game now that I've worked out my shit. Oh, Grok subscribed as well. Oh, you're a legend, Grok. Thank you, mate. Much appreciated. I don't have a game board ready to go for another number pick. I'll do it as an IOU. We'll have to keep... If actually, Grok or Min, if possible, if anyone else does sub, including yourselves, just keep a note of who I've got to give number guesses to when I get the new board up and running. Because it's only fair that people get a fair shot at winning it. Oh, Anksy's in. Welcome. How's it going? Oh, this game does not want to run well, does it?
Okay, safely aboard.
Look at him with the pink hair.
Surprised he's not taking driver out for this one. Is a long ways away.
Yeah, I think I'll try and
It
watch
is for birdie.
Game 5. I'll probably be watching it at work, though. See, I'm not sure how that will go, but we'll do our best. Oh, this is not working very well on TikTok at all. Yeah, the frame rate looks terrible. I don't know what's going on. Nothing else is really running in the background. Maybe I'll have to change it to AFL to get the frame rate right. Oh, not a bad putt, though.
Look at this
Go, Carlton.
putt.
Welcome.
That is something special right
Let me know if the
there.
frame rates
From
improve
that
or
far
not.
away, to gauge that speed, that is so well done.
Interesting. It's the same on Twitch, not just TikTok. Let me have a look at a couple of settings. I don't know why it goes pear-shaped. It's like it's just this particular game that has a little bit of a hissy fit. I'm going to see if that does anything. Because nothing else has literally changed. It's all the same. Close that. Like I really don't have anything else running. All right. Let's see if this runs any better. On the Twitch. I've canned the TikTok one because I don't know if that's what's giving it issues. But even then, that was still jittery for me too.
And he'll stay at even par.
I'll try one more hole. If it's still doing it, I might just say fuck it and switch to AFL because that doesn't seem to do it.
A hole that is flat, long, and straight as an arrow. Great driving hole here on the first par 4 of the round.
G'day Kegs, welcome. Yeah, that putt did come through jittery. I did notice that. We'll see how this goes. So on my screen, on my actual game screen, that seemed to be okay. Let us know what that looks like on stream though.
And that is dead center right down the middle here to start the hole.
Already
Gotta
smoother.
think this an
Okay, so
extra
maybe...
half
I don't know why, because
Sets
it
for
ran
a second
TikTok side by
into the
side
wind.
okay the other night. Maybe Lauren's watching something on Foxtel. Or on the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders or something like that she's downloading, no doubt. Oh well, unfortunately I'll have to... I really do want to work out how to get the TikTok live piece working properly. Because I think it'd be good to run it simultaneously on both, but it's not really going to be beneficial if it's running like shit on both.
10%. That's right, 10%.
Okay, so it is running smoother. Alright, well, it'll just be a Twitch stream now for tonight until I sort that bit out. Oh yeah, was it good grok, the John Wick 4? Well worth it. Oh, just short.
Oh, I can't tell you
2 foot
how
4
big
inches.
that is. To get it to stop where it did from that far away, that is a super putt.
So it lived up to the expectation?
So that safely in. It's a par here at the third. And he'll stay at level par.
I'll have to maybe think of some other stuff to do on TikTok Live. I don't know whether people would even want to do it though, just like a Q&A or just chatting. I'm not sure if that's even going to be beneficial.
It is. You tee off and that tee shot right across the
Like a live
swampland
rec while watching a
into
game or something. I don't know.
crescent-shaped green.
If anyone's got any ideas, let me know.
It is protected by that bunker
Missing
that
AFL
just
fix
cuts
by
in.
you.
It doesn't
Hopefully
give you
patch
very
comes
much
soon.
depth on that middle line of the green.
Yeah, well, hopefully the
depends in the
PlayStation
middle,
one hits
that's when the hole
tomorrow.
plays its most
I've not
difficult.
seen or heard anything, but yeah, hopefully everyone kind of gets caught up and you can get onto the same wavelength, so we're all in the same gameplay. Because they kind of have to have that done, like we sort of said before crossplay can be a thing. I've spun that into the sand. What a dick. Oh, we'll try and
Now
chip
from
in.
the bunker.
Just a little splash out on this part.
Yeah, so for those who missed it earlier, F123 is pre-installed now. So I've got that in. It was about 47 gig, I think it was. Just the normal version, didn't do championship version. And I'll just be using control for the moment. So we'll have to see how it goes. Wouldn't mind looking into a wheel, but we'll have to just make sure that I'm enjoying the game first, I think.
Down to the fifth hole here at the Wetlands.
What did everyone watch the game today, Melbourne Collingwood? What did everyone think of that?
A lot going on here, Frank.
The shorter hitters
Reasonable
don't really worry
contest.
about the swamp
Thought the
land on
Ds were
left,
unlucky
because
not
it
to
really
win by
only cuts
more.
in to worry the longer hitters if you want to try
Based
and reach
on,
this par 5 and 2. So shorter hitters, two good
based
shots,
on the
set up a wedge shot.
scoreboard.
Longer hitters are you straight enough to hit it
And like
into
the
the
amount of points
narrowest
they
part of the
kicked.
fairway.
Oh, have I hit that too much?
That
Oh,
left-hand
might be okay.
side.
Yeah, I
Well,
agree,
you
Aussie.
can't walk
I
out and
agree.
Drop it any better than that.
They should
That
have
is a
definitely won
fine
by...
tee
Oh my
shot
god,
right
I've
there.
put myself in a horrible spot here.
Now a second
They should have won by a
over
lot more.
300 yards. This
Yeah.
will be about positioning.
You know, that's the thing with Collingwood, though, is you know they're going to keep coming. What's the higher priority? F1. Hey, Josh, how are you, mate? F1 or AFL? Good question, as I've hit the tree there. Fucking hell.
I guess
I
you
think
could say
F1
slow
will
and
definitely
steady
get
is
a
going
pretty
to
good
win this
workout
race, or so
up
he
front.
hopes. Long ways to go.
I mean,
I'd also add the word
it's going to be a
short,
fresh game.
average, slow,
Something
steady,
there'll be.
short.
I
This
mean,
is
there's going to be a
long
lot of
par
exploring I
five
need to
now.
do to see, you know, what parts of the game I like or dislike, or the modes I'm okay at. There'll be races and leagues and all kinds of stuff. So it's going to be interesting to see. Oh yeah, to see what the balance is. But I think for the early days, F1 might be ahead just because it's going to be a new game to see what all the hype's like. Surprised you haven't done more. I have seen some of the cards. I've seen people posting about the cards grok on Twitter. Stop. And yeah, I did think about firing it back up to see, but I mean, I would be so far behind with all of that. Like, I don't know if your team resets if it's inactive for a certain amount of time or not, but it would be interesting to fire it back up and see what packs we can get.
Finished off. It is a par here at 5.
Pointless
He'll
now?
remain
What's pointless?
Right where he is.
Gosh. Yeah, when AFL patches come out, we'll definitely highlight those, especially if they're chunkier ones.
Two choices
Like
here,
if we,
Rich. Lay it up short of the wetlands, or, well,
Like if we
chance
see,
it, brave enough,
management mode
tee it up
updates and things like
flash it
that,
across the
definitely
wetlands. They're just
worth
a mere
streaming
short
to get all
iron
the
into
latest on
splint.
that. And I do. I'm still keen to see how that progresses, and I want to see it become the game it should be. So I'll definitely still be playing that. But yeah, it'll just be. It might be a 50-50 split, or yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. So. Oh, the team stays forever, doesn't reset. Okay, that's good. Even to see if I still remember. Not that I would have forgotten how to play, but just might have to dip the toe back in the water, see how we go.
Pointing to the target, and then just an explosion.
But no, I've had a few people reach out about F1s and sort of even say that, given it's my first time playing, that I should even focus on doing a lot of the time trial stuff early, and to have a look at other people's car builds and look to copy that. Because the default specs going into online races will get shit on. So that was interesting to hear that. Oh, Jesus. So I'm not sure if there's any additional thoughts on that piece, Josh, but I'll have to, I'll have to sort of suss out what kind of tweaks and builds are going to be good. Is that, everyone's got... Yeah, that's right, Josh. They're all going to have
This from 7
just
feet.
elite cards, so I'll get slapped, I reckon, with the team I've got. Definitely got to do your own setup. So what kind of things should I be looking for in the setup to tweak? Kidney, yep, definitely did see the big free slide. It's very good. You know, always good to see participants go down there and get a bit icy. I was watching it with Herbie, and he had a really good point. Massively missed opportunity for someone to go down to Swan Francis with the ice bath. I thought it was quite funny. Air, IRO, tire pressure, wing angles. Okay, interesting. I might have to do some video watching to see what I need to be looking at. Yeah, do we know how many beanies they sold for Fight MND? It would have to be, I don't want to say hundreds of thousands, that might seem excessive, but it would have to be at least tens of thousands.
Result is going to be a tee shot that is set up
I mean, not that I would ever get asked to do the slide for that particular event, but if there was ever a smaller version done that was helping to raise money for Fight MND, I'd definitely have to do it, I think. I think it's all for a good cause. It's just a bit of water and ice. Given what, you know, someone like Neil goes through, it's the least that we could do, I suppose.
That's what he wanted to do after the tee shot.
No worries, Tex. All good, mate. Thank you for dropping by. I hope you have a good night, and if I'm still on, I will speak to you soon. Oh, it's the car upgrade that's a pain. Why? What's that all about? Oh, keep rolling, keep rolling. Brake pressure as well.
Okay, that's
like, remember once upon a time, Kidney, that people were doing kind of like the ice bucket challenge, which I suppose is the same kind of thing as what the Fight MND slide is. But I'm a bit of a bitch when it comes to that stuff. Like I would not willingly go and have an ice bath. I struggle to even stay under the cold water of a shower for any more than 3 seconds. But for a course like that, I think you'd have to.
Par 3, 203 yards. You like this hole, Frank?
I do actually, but you have to have a little look at your yardage book because that
we should do Brawlhalla one night.
A little shorter.
What's that, Brock?
Actually, what it plays. Green gets a little narrow as it gets deeper, but
the upgrades get full on with F1.
I wouldn't say easy.
Because in Korea, if you don't get them, need upgrades on ASAP. Other AI teams, your car can fall behind depending on how it is last year. Ah, okay. And am I right in saying, and someone had pointed out that apparently with the upgrades and things like that you do for your car, that it doesn't necessarily take effect straight away either. Like it might be something they've got to put into development and test, and it might take 3 racing weeks to get it. Is that true? The car upgrades get full on, so Aussie's confirmed that. Wow, so I'm going to have a lot to get my head around, aren't I, with that stuff. Does it kind of talk you through it though? Like, is there little pop-ups and tutorials and suggestions and stuff like that it kind of gives you a bit of a guide?
I think I'll be fairly pleased with
it. It's a free 2D platform game, kind of.
I certainly do.
Oh, okay.
So good.
Is it? I've heard of that on mobile. Is it just mobile, or is it on console and PC?
Okay.
Just focus on aero and chase first. Okay. All right, I'll have to note that down.
At 1 under par.
Because I'll be looking at all that shit, being like, "What the hell am I doing?"
Finishing out the front
Undoubtedly,
side,
I'll change bits and pieces and I shouldn't be touching.
21 yards.
Okay, maybe I'll switch console.
The bombers out there.
Oh, I might have to break the switch out.
Protecting against your approach shot.
Well, it's Friday here that it comes out, I think, isn't it? The 16th, is that right? Is that Friday?
This maybe a touch right. Just what you want at this point.
Should have taken the day off work.
Find a rhythm, hit fairways, hit the middle of the club face. That's what they did right there.
Gee, long. It's a big hole. Oh, good hit. Lovely approach. Oh, whose coach's job is safer, Simpson or Voss? Whew. Gee, that's a tough one. I probably actually think Voss's is, only because he's not been there for as long. And despite their performances, I think it would be a really bad move just to, I know not playing well, but to sack him straight away and to move on to someone else, because I think they just lose that continuity. Because you got to remember, like last year they were playing pretty well, like that, and it's I don't know why they're not stringing it together properly this year. But I think Adam Simpson is probably best for his own sanity to step aside after this, because what he's gone through with that list is ridiculous. And I suppose you can see why he wanted to hold on, because they also win the flag in 2018, but it has been nothing good since then. Negative from Jamie. Simpson had at least a few injuries to blame. Yeah, he has. He definitely has. But I think he would be better off to pull the pin himself, I reckon, for his own sake. Get some huge aero and chassis on them. Do some durability or powertrain. So is that all? So the upgrades, are they like part of the battle pass thing, or is that separate to that? Like, how does the upgrade thing sort of come about for F1? Yeah, I agree, Kidney. Simpson would be mentally cooked. And not blamed either. Like, not for 1 second do I blame him if he was just exhausted with how this has all gone. Like, sort of not too dissimilar to Dimmer. Like, if he's not fully in it, then just step aside.
I think he'll be fairly pleased with that, Frank. What do you think?
I certainly do. It was so good.
Bang.
So that's in for par.
Someone created challenges in practice and quality and resource points with them. Oh, okay. Okay, that'd be interesting. I'll have to keep an eye out for that. That's good to know, though, Josh. Good to know.
Best to play it left.
So you're just coaching me through it.
Good look on the approach and take a bit of length off the hole.
Surely something like that would stay relatively similar, though, wouldn't it? You would think. Yeah, Hinckley's definitely staying out of the press now. He's doing very well. But it is funny how quick port people will change their tune if they start dropping some games. But they're definitely
do just fine.
One of the informed teams. Steering assist off instantly. I've heard to turn brake assist off as well.
Second from the fairway.
Because it kind of defeats the purpose, I suppose.
16 yards to the front of the green, 143.
Or make it semi or something, not full blown.
Back right.
That's right, Jamie. It's like he avoids the pressure early, and then when they get to the pointy end and maybe don't do as well as they should, it just amps back up for him. Cats at home, all the cats.
8 or 9 feet. I don't know about that.
So they're coming into their own too. They don't make the grand final or prelim. You reckon, Grok? That's a big call. I mean, that would be pretty savage if they got rid of him after that.
That's going to miss right.
Yeah, keep it harping to you center. To use the driving on F1, then turn it off, but usually end up faster with both up. Okay. So you're driving, so steer assist off completely, and leave brakes on semi-assisted or whatever the relevant level is for that, until comfortable.
Okay, well done. It is a par here.
Surely, it's a tough one with Hinkley, isn't it, Grok? Like, you would like to think he'd be safe, but...
Up next, the first par
I mean, like we've sort of said before, they really should have done better in 2020, having all those games in Adelaide, and so should have Brisbane, for that matter too.
It is a good time to let it rip.
I'll ask the room this at the risk that I know it might fire me up, but what's everyone's take on the Mansell bump situation, or Mansell collision, I will call it, situation? For me, and I'm happy for people to think that it's a biased Richmond call, but when you watch that footage in real time, that was just a footy collision. That was two guys running for the ball, and the point in which contact was made was a nanosecond before someone touched the ball. You're allowed to try and get the footy, and you're allowed to have incidental contacts, and obviously we don't want people to be injured, but I really do, and I would say the same thing if it was Mansell that went off the ground and it was Aish that was the one who came off best. I would still say the same thing, that should not be suspendable, in my opinion, because that is a football act and you should be allowed to try and win the footy. It's part of the game. Mr. Jamie, the best way to start is steering, brake assist off, racing line on, and ABS on.
So
Okay.
now eyeing this one for birdie.
Interesting. Yeah, I have been told about the racing line as well. Would you do racing line or just the corner line? Or do you reckon do the whole race
Nothing
initially?
to it. It's a birdie here at 12.
I do get why brake and steering should be off or low, because, yeah, you don't want it to override. Just corner? Yeah, I was thinking just corner as well, but I also recognise I'm a noob at the game and I might need more help than
Another
normal.
straight one required here, Rich.
Yeah, I agree, Rock and Jamie, about the
It's
Mansell
not
thing.
overly long in today's
Make
standard,
sure you're
but
driving
still,
the cockpit
that
camera.
fairway widens up with a longer hitter's
Oh,
wedge.
really? I don't think I like that view though,
Bunkers
Josh.
short of a green. So as long as you can
I'm
fly
very-
that second
this-
shot to at
this
least
might
the front of
sound
the green, then they really
like it's
do
the
not
wrong
come into
option.
play.
But I'm very like Daytona arcade machine view, like the above angle view. I always tend to like that for car games. I really struggle with the cockpit view, but why would you say that's the go-to view? Like, is there massive advantages to doing it? Or is it just more for realism? Oh, top of it? Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I think I would
No
rather
problems there. That's
have
gonna wind
a
up
bit of
safely in
a
the
bird's
fairway.
eye view of it. A tough call, both had eyes on the footy. Yeah, I agree, Kitty. Like I said,
Shot straight ahead,
no
and
one wants
we
people to get
go
hurt,
to Iona Steve.
but you're allowed to
Just a
go for the
little
footy,
under
and your
120 yards
incidental
to the
contact
front.
happens.
135 to
There
the
was no
hole.
decision to
Pin
bunt.
on the
There was no
right-hand
other
side,
actual
so
real
plenty of room
alternative
to
he
the
had
left of
once.
it.
And you could almost argue that he had joint possession of the ball with Aish. I would probably say Aish had more control of the ball at the point in time they collided. But it's just a footy act. Like, if we're getting suspended for that, and even by extension, James Sicily's tackle, there's another one today that was paid dangerous
Always knew
tackle.
that
It's
was
like,
gonna be a
what are we
good shot
coming
when it
to?
left the club face. What's that? 8 or 9 feet. Excellent shot.
You don't want to see too much of your own car apart from the front. It helps with... Oh, okay. So in terms of when you're like turning corners and it's really tight, it's easier there for judging. Interesting. TV pod view is easy, as you can see better. Is that pulled back a little bit more, Jamie? So having a full-blown aerial shot,
Heading now
like
to
seeing the whole car,
204
would be no
yard
good then?
14. Bunkers short left and right.
anyone who
The real
drives is the
trouble
driver
is the water
view.
running alongside the right side of the
I can
hole.
only imagine, Josh,
Avoid
that doing the
that,
driver view would
you
be
should in
for
reasonably good shape.
realism, so you can see the track as a driver would see it, but it would be bloody difficult. Oh, it'd be super hard. Oh, it's going to fall short.
And that one.
But then you
not
sort
on
of
the
put
green,
yourself in
but
their
not a
shoes,
terrible
like the
spot
actual
either.
drivers.
Sitting up in
They've
the
got
short
that
grass.
exact view at bloody 250k an hour, real time. It's scary. Oh, nice approach.
Well, all the elements of his game have been in sync today. A terrific shot right there.
Top of the
It's
car
all about
looking
getting
down
it
and forward.
inside that
Okay.
3-foot circle around
Do they
the
have
hole.
many
That
camera
was a
angles to pick
really
from?
Nice shot.
And do you have like your camera sort of, we can change the height and all that kind of shit?
No issues there. It is.
Yeah, the
hard
Sicily
here at
one's a harsh
14.
one too, I think, Kidney.
He'll stay at -3.
I reckon there's been about 4 or 5 dangerous tackles paid this round that I just really think weren't there. Like,
It's 590 yards.
the other one I can kind of compare it to, not Sicily's one, but if we're talking about dangerous tackles, what Nathan Broad did earlier against Port Adelaide, dangerous tackle. Like, it was 2 motions, slung him unnecessary,
Fortune favours the ball. At least that's what I
and
was
just
told.
didn't need to be done. Fair enough. But some of these other ones are like even the Dan Butler one as well, like genuine tackles that are not really dangerous. So they may, if they're going to start calling all that dangerous, we may as well play touch footy. Okay, 5-6. Okay, that's good. No free can.
Still well over 300 yards to the flag. So getting this to a good number, the key here for his second.
Oh, thumbstick drift. Look at that. Try and chip on here. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. We'll take that approach. 2 foot.
All the elements of his game working well, and that is pretty good.
I'm
right
playing
there.
this on PC.
A great opportunity here for birdie. And that
Playing
one
on PC,
off.
but,
It's a birdie here at 15, and he'll get it now.
Sounds like the big knock on this
4 under
game is
par.
still the online,
Shots
not
off
enough
the lead.
online features. So hopefully they
Moving
add
to
a
the
bit more to
16th
that
hole here
soon.
at the Wetlands,
I seem to get knocked out from the second
405
player.
yard par four and
Yeah.
16
My mate said the
settled
same
dart.
thing. He thought that the play coming in caused the initial contact with the head that may have been the big factor to the injury. Yeah, the graphics are pretty good, Carlton, for this one. So I think they did put a lot of work. So apparently when we're talking about comparisons between the 2K Golf and this Golf, EA's one, I think a lot of people have said the 2K Golf's like really good graphically, but this one apparently is a lot better in terms of the realism of the courses around the world and things like that. Oh, fuck, I maybe hit that though. Oh. Jeez, I've spun that back very well.
Oh, just a beautiful performance. And this round looks like it's going to get even better. Just a beautiful iron shot. The sound off that club face.
For birdie. That's where you want it. Bang.
This round finishing strong.
Okay, TV pod for yours. So that's 2 of you using TV pod. Cool. That's good to
And
know.
he'll move to within a shot of the lead.
Community races. Is that the league thing, Jamie? Pardon me for not knowing the proper terminology. I'm kind of trying to learn as I go, but it looks like that's what the league racing is. We can create just like custom lobbies and things like that. If so, yeah, I'll definitely be trying to do a bit of that for sure. So with those things, do you race as the F1 cars, or do you race as your created car in F1 World, or could you do both? How is it typical? I know F1 World has not been in the previous games, but how do we think that's gonna work?
Solid shot.
The second play car for that Sicily incident. You mean Kidney? Yeah, nothing. I don't think there was anything. Just Sicily got looked at. Bar chase, near chase, TV pod offset, TV pod cockpit, no result. Oh, okay. Oh, good putt.
Oh, yes. Plenty of pace to get up
Oh, the
that
birdies
slope.
just...
It is in
I'll
for
almost be
birdie.
leading this. Okay, that's the official ones.
Final hole here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club. It's par 4. It's not a long one, 377 yards.
Yeah, we can definitely set up some
Trouble out there
races.
somewhere.
Well, not really if you keep your wits about you. Just position the tee shot. You don't have
I
to
just
hit
feel like
right
there's going to
down
be
here.
so much
Even
to
a
play on
three-wood's
there.
only gonna leave a
And
short
I mean that in a good way.
Three-wood, 250,
But there's like so many
260
features and
yards,
things to
do the
do and
maths,
different
only
race
120
types and
yards
stuff
left.
like that.
With that, with a scoring club, try and get that inside 10, 15
Yeah, it's going to be
feet.
interesting.
Finish with a birdie.
But even within my own like group of mates,
no,
we
don't
want to
think
do
it's
some
straying on
like
this hole. This is the
league
last
races
hole.
as well, which I might
Gotta
do
finish well.
But I'm thinking
off stream
about
rather than
Gage.
on stream.
Is
But then I'll
Gage
do
out
some
there?
with
well,
with you
there's
guys.
better
There's
on
obviously the
the
own career thing to do. Not sure whether I end up doing a co-op career at
Just
some point.
92 yards for his second to this par
It's
4.
breaking point. There's a whole heap of stuff in there. Sarge, how are you, mate? What's going on? TV pod, yeah. So there seems to be a lot of positive vibes for the TV pod view, which is good for the F1. So I'll probably just do that first up and see how we go. Oh, fuck, look at that ball spin. Sicily gets the ban. Second play. Yeah, exactly right.
No, the ball is on the
And
green.
then
That's about
to
all I can
go
say
further
with
on that
a short
kidney,
wedge in hand, you'd expect
let's
that
say
certainly
with the
be
Asian
much
Mansell
closer
one,
than that.
let's say both of them, they collide, genuine footy collision, and they both got concussed in some capacity. Are they both going to the tribunal? Do they both get referred to the MRP because they knocked each other out? Like, what happens there? just got done listening to the podcast and burning burning your Collingwood scarf. You were invested in that game, were you, Sarge, with the Maggies?
Yeah, that's good pace. Just a little offline, but not too bad.
That was it was a good game. I thought Melbourne should have won by more, given the amount of behinds kicked, but the Pies always find a way, don't they?
So he'll finish up.
Apparently, though,
here at 18.
grip this year is way better. Oh, okay. Traction control you need to be careful with.
That's a good play.
That's interesting.
Our featured
Is that something
goalkeeper
that's
right
manual
there
you
after
can
day
check and
one,
change?
sitting at a
The
tie
old
at
traction
the top of the
control?
leaderboard.
Everything to play for these next 3 rounds. I mean, he couldn't really sit up.
6 under. Good comeback from that round. Yeah, very good W from the Tigers there, Sarge. I must admit, I wasn't completely sold on us winning that game. Like, obviously, before I played, I didn't think that we would get the points. But yeah, very happy to be proven wrong there. This week is a massive... I know I said it last week too, but this week against St Kilda... Is that a buggy in the lake? This week is a massive game against the Saints. If we want to beat any chance of finals, we have to win this one. So it's as simple as that. In the settings, less traction the more you spin. So what traction do you usually go, Josh? Well, kidding, I thought Baker was going to get rubbed out. My dad, Leash, and I celebrated when we got that free kick in the last. You know the worst part about that is, Sarge? Is the Freo supporters giving the Bronx cheer when they got a free kick. It's like, are you fucking serious? If you can, try and start in manual. As in doing the gears myself. Oh, God, I'm not sure about that. Why? What's the upside of doing that? That's got disaster written all over it. I turned traction control off, but that's because I play. Okay. Alright, so maybe I'll leave it on to start with.
That one looking good. It's in the fairway here to start round 2.
You're breaking something faster than AI. With driving manual. But yeah, Sarge, the free kick count was crazy. It just defies logic that a team can only give away... They only gave away 2 of those 3 free kicks. The other one was out in the full. In 3 quarters of football. Like, come on.
105 yards.
105 yards. A little bit of wind there. Or, depending on if this spins... I don't like how far that spun automatically backwards. You can jump gears in manual where in order you go through all the gears when braking. You don't need to start in manual. Oh, you progress faster. Interesting. Oh, I might have to try it. I might have to do some of the speed time trials on on auto and manual and just try and get used to it and see. Is it just the bumpers or the triggers? Like, what's the control for it? That was a good chip.
Okay, that's in for par here at the first. And he'll stay.
Oh, still for par though.
On to the second hole, par 3 of 225 yards. Good hole, Frank.
It certainly is, and the 2 bumpers...
L2 brake,
one
R2
right,
gas, okay.
remind you where not to go, but they don't really encroach on the green. So, stay with a positive attitude on that tee, and
Yeah,
you'll find that green is plenty big enough.
And then the bumpers for your gears. Oh, I might have overhit this. Ooh, spin. Oh, no. Wrong way.
And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either. Sitting up in the short grass.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the Larky signing piece. I know a few people mentioned it in the chat, Sarge, but it was the great man Min that's got the gloss on that. So hopefully, I mean, I think I would actually prefer Larky over King, if I'm being honest. No, I appreciate the help, Josh, because yeah, I will be all at sea with this. Very funny to watch.
Okay,
I'll be a pretty strong odds-on chance to put it into the wall in the first race. Within 3 corners, I reckon. That or I'll be like a grandpa driver.
Fairly straightforward par 4 now. The third at the wetlands is 460 yards straight away.
It is
So I've got
460
to,
yards. It can be chopped
Got to
down
try
a
and
lot
think of different
ways,
content
300
pieces to
yard
do for
tee
that too, but it's so
shot, and
hard
only
because I'm going to
160,
be
but if you're a mere mortal, 280,
like, no one's going to
180, the hole
want to watch
becomes
me
that much
racing on
longer, that much
replay. I wouldn't
harder.
have thought, but see how we go.
Beautiful tempo to that swing.
I'll
This
trade
one
him in
wound
for
up
management career,
squarely
play a
in
few
the
games,
fairway.
then let you know, let me know everything he's worth. Yeah, get him
Next
in,
week,
get
the
him in.
Florida swing continues, Frankie.
He just
The
attacks
home
the ball
game
so
for you.
well,
That's
and he's a good
always
kick.
nice as we head to
See,
Orlando
I'd be,
and Bay
I would be
Hill
all
the
for
Arnold
him.
Palmer Invitational presented by MasterCard. Always a good week.
No, it certainly is. Get some home cooked
Oh,
meals, that's for sure, and get to watch
no,
people
that's
play.
too bad.
I don't know. I just love the finish at Bay Hill. 16, 17, and 18. So many tournaments where things have gone awry over that very stretch.
What does flashbacks do?
We welcome in Iona Stephen. This, a putt for birdie.
And Rich, this is a green I am familiar with, and this putt
If
is
anyone
slower than most people realise. Slightly up that
Is a
slope,
YouTuber out there,
little bit of movement
as
from
I
right
nearly
to
make a
left.
putt, make sure you get on the YouTube channel, which I haven't linked to any command yet because I've forgotten yet again. But it might be in my bio thing. On the quest for 1,000 subs on YouTube, I think we're at 848 or something. We'll try and put out bits of content as much as we can.
Okay, that one finished off. 4 apart.
Still working on my thumbnails.
And he'll remain at 600.
Terrible. You can use touchpad. Oh, okay. Is that like the footage that you see they use in some of the videos where it's like really broadcast-like? Is that what that is?
We're teeing off right in front of the swamp there.
You might see
The graphics look so
Alligator
good in it when
box
they do
setup.
when they do that
When you look at
particular
this, if you want to be
view.
clever, you can sort of hit a little cut in here, Rich, and then it'll work with that C-shaped green. That'll keep the tee shot away from the bunker that protects the middle. And you never know, it might just sneak in a birdie.
Nah, not good. Oh, well, not the worst, but not good either.
And that one.
Oh, the FIFA real.
but
Okay.
Not in a terrible
Yep.
spot either. Sitting up in the short grass.
Oh, 9, 10 foot.
The strike was fine on the pitch.
Not too
shot.
bad.
Ball first, then turf. Just wasn't really hit hard enough.
Oh, very straight. Get in. There we go.
Oh, that'll bring a wry smile. A very good putt there to save his par. And he'll remain 3 shots off the pace. Coming
Still
down
6
to
under,
another
not too
long
bad.
Par 5, the 635-yard fifth. Short hitters do not have to worry about the swamp on the left, but it may come into play for long hitters trying to get home in too.
Oh, very big tip coming up. Oh, fuck, look at that thumbstick work. That is disgusting. And I'm actually glad I've actually swapped controls out because I was noticing quite a bit of stick drift
Just what you want to do. Land it in the fairway.
on pretty much any game, like even on AFL, when I would go to the set shot,
Is a good
it would
shot.
like drift way left. And I don't know how to fix stick drift in a control because it's super annoying. But yeah, gone sort of control and seems to be handling a bit better, which is good. The racing line they give you isn't always the best line, especially when it tells you to brake on
I
corners.
guess you could say
Okay. A
slow
few
and
people have
steady
said
is
that.
going to win this race, or so he hopes.
Yeah, a few people have
Long
definitely
ways
said to
go.
go on the braking
Also,
line
add the
rather
word
than the
short,
race line
Rich.
because
Slow, steady, and
it
short.
doesn't
This is a
necessarily
long
help
par
or
five.
allow for better passing because sometimes you need to brake a lot later to execute a pass, which was interesting, but makes sense. G'day Pep, how are you mate? What's going on? How long does an average
Lot
game of
movement
golf
this
take
putt
on
left
this?
to right. I think the idea here is just to
God.
get it inside sort
Oh,
of
you can probably get through a
3-foot
round in
circle.
about 25 minutes, 30 minutes maybe, but within each round that you play, there might be like 4 rounds you have to play to qualify kind of thing. So you're playing the same holes or the same course potentially 4 times in a row.
Okay, I'd call that an acceptable
Use
effort
compressed
from that
air
range.
can in the triggers. For the stick drift you're talking about, Carlton?
he'll finish that one off with no
Good
problem.
putts.
It's in for par. And he'll stay
What's
right
happening with you,
where he
Pef?
is. Here now at the 440-yard par 4 6th. Water down the left side. To
Yeah, I don't know what's
avoid.
happening there.
A couple choices here. Layup short of the
Yeah,
water
I'll have to-
crossing
I'll try
fairway,
that.
Or risk trying to carry it. See what you've got.
I've been toying with the idea of doing a custom control. I found an Aussie company that does them, but I don't. I ultimately don't
No
think
issues
I'm at
here.
that level of
That is
gaming where
into the fairway.
it would be needed. It's more of just it would be cool to have.
Second shot coming up. Let's check in for the first time with Notah Begay the third.
But
Staring at 142
yes.
to the hole, standing on even par.
yeah, it was just
looking to
yeah,
go
it was just
under for
weird.
the
I,
day.
like I said, I've never really had stick drift issues before with that other control, so I'm not sure when or why. But you're right, it could be a dust thing.
Well, he's overshot.
Oh
the
yeah,
green here.
kidney.
Far the
Make no
counter
mistake.
direction.
Like in real life golf, I would
Any
be
other club
slicing it
would
all over the shot. I am horrific. So luckily in here, it's a bit easier to read and understand and more forgiving. Oh, shit, should have done better there. And when you turn, it isn't forward. And when you turn, it isn't forward, then left or right. Just go diagonal left or right. Okay, so just go hold diagonal when going around the corners.
Yeah, well done. That's in for par.
I can see I'm going to get like as frustrated in F1 as I did on GTA. I just know it. It'll be worth it though.
Here's another scoring opportunity, Frank. A par 5. The 7th is just a shade under 600 yards.
And it bends gently to the left, Rich. Longer hitters can obviously get home, and nothing really to be worrying about with that second shot if you can reach. The wetlands are well to the right of this hole for the second shot. But if you want to play to the 3-shotter, then that's a very safe.
Oh, I've hit this one. Oh, real life golf is the worst, kidney. The only thing I'll say is I get my money's worth because I'm out there for about 6 hours trying to find the ball
And that ball
and cover some serious kilometres
lovely.
walking.
That is a big drive
Like
there.
crazy amount.
With that breeze coming
Yeah,
off
it's
to the
left and right
left,
in
it
this
was an
stick
excellent tee shot.
turn,
Held
but
it up
other
against
people
the
hold
breeze.
forward. Oh, okay. Yeah, I reckon I would just hold the direction there, Josh. I tend to agree with that diagonal theory. Cheeky can mini golf, pitch and putt. That's a good one too. Oh, you did the cheeky return, Carlton. How often would you get away with that one to EB games? Worth a shot.
Has to be thrilled with that second
Cutting
shot here to the
corners.
par 5, Frank.
Hey, I'm
Got
all for
everything
taking
out of
shortcuts
that.
and cutting
Yeah,
corners.
did well just to advance the ball so far down the fairway. And now a fairly straightforward third shot.
Too wide.
Two good shots on this par 5. Leaves that simple little chip. And that was beautifully played.
That one rushed in. It
Very
is
good.
a birdie here at 7. And that's going to get him to 1.
Back
under
at, they
par
caught on to
and
it back at the same
7
store a few
for the
times.
tournament. On to the 8th. It's a
Ah, yes, I have seen that, Josh, that you do
3
get
yards.
time
What's going
penalties
on here,
for
Frank?
just flat out cutting
Par 3,
corners.
really. It looks anything
Those
other
are trying
than a
to find-
straightaway hole. That bunker.
Yeah,
short of
exactly
the
right,
green gives
Kenny.
you like an
Yeah,
optical
I
illusion.
spend
You think it's
more
lapping up
than
with the
enough
front of the
time in
screen.
the
It's
in
actually
the
sort of
tree
3-4
area
yards before you get
hunting
to
for
the putting
balls.
surface. A little bit of a drop off behind this green, and it narrows out. The
Oh, I
deeper
hit the
green
one
gets.
branch
So,
that was sticking out. Are
tricky
you
little par
serious?
3.
So why did they remove red flags? I feel like that just seems to be an obvious inclusion in the game. Stop.
Okay, not bad out of the sand, and
Not
that's
bad
what
out of the
will
sand.
remain, trying to grind out a par.
I think I've
Okay,
parred every
good
hole
roll
here.
there.
Oh
It
no,
is a
1
par here at the
7
8th,
under.
and he'll stay at 7 under. Frank, looking at this par 5 ninth hole, it's 621 yards. I need to make birdie here. What's the best way to go about it?
Well, if you're a long hitter, then there's a chance you can reach this.
Has anyone
par 5
gone to
to the ridge,
see
but really
Fast and the
best way to
Furious
make
10
birdie
yet?
here,
Or
good tee shot, and then contemplate the layup. And
What?
between the first two bunkers, there's a
Oh,
nice
I must have
section
hit
of
the
fairway,
keyboard.
and that's not going to leave you much in for that third shot to a green that's very receptive. So really, birdie can be made the hard way. Wedge and a putt.
it's shit, isn't it really? I reckon I stopped watching Fast and the Furious
Yeah,
after
nothing
the
to
second or
fault
third
there.
one.
Good balance, good
It just kind of
follow-through,
felt
and good
like
start to this hole.
you seen them one, you seen them all kind of thing.
Now
But
from better than 300 yards out,
yeah, that's
in
interesting.
second to the par
Shit.
5.
Oh, not the bunker. No. Oh, yep, that's worked out okay. Oh, it's going to be a part 2 of Jesus Christ. I can't remember the last movie I've ever watched. Me and my mate went golfing. He decided to take 12 beers with him. By 9 holes, it got really messy. That's the way to play golf, though, Carlton. I mean, I'm assuming that you had a cart to be able to do that. So that's probably the more interesting part. How did if there was a cart involved, how did that go after all the beers? I wonder, did the golfing improve though because you're a bit more relaxed
This
and
should be a
weren't
good
as
way to finish off the front
weren't as
side.
worried about what you're doing?
Yes, well done to get it in close, and then that finished off for a birdie. Here
I
in par 5.
blimey, you've been dad joked. What do you call an elephant that doesn't matter?
We begin the inward 9 at the wetlands with the lengthy par 3 10.
Oh, fair enough, Kagami. Not a bad dad
286
joke.
yards, 3 bunkers,
What do I do? Do I
protecting
pass that
the
on?
front of
What's
the
the go?
green, And anything long or left has a chance to be wet.
No, he was terrible. So we'd had a Bucks day at a pitch and putt, so we obviously had a few drinks there. So that's probably the closest I've been to having a substantial amount of alcohol whilst playing golf. And I actually did okay at the pitch and putt, to be honest. A lot better than I anticipated. But we had
And that one not
So,
on the green.
not only were we
Terrible
drinking
spot either.
at the pitch and
Sitting
putt,
up in the short grass.
but everyone who was part of the Bucks thing, we all had Nerf guns, and there was other little random challenges and things that the host, or the best man / host, had set up that involved shooting each other with Nerf. So we were all it was still open to the public. It wasn't like a closed session.
This is a 9.
So we're running around the bloody pitch and putt, drinking with Nerf guns, hitting golf balls. It was utter chaos. So I'm not sure how that went down with the rest of the public that were there, but it was bloody good fun. And we were dressed up in something. What did we have? Was it army gear?
And he's going to remain at 8 under.
I can't remember what we had on. No, I can't remember what we wore. We had dress-ups as well of some kind.
Moving
So,
on to the par 4 11, just a little bit more than 440 yards.
fair enough, Kulbami. All for the dad jokes. All for them.
Yards. Frank, what's the best way to play it?
Nice
Keep
straight
firing
drive
away.
to the tee, then,
Do I
really
remember my
uses
Bucks
the
night?
par 4 side.
I do. I think it's a
Those
solid
bunkers,
Kulbami.
short and
Love a good dad
left,
joke.
don't really cause an
So
issue.
my
The green's
Bucks
a little
night,
tiny though, but, even if you miss that
was
green,
organised by
it's on the
Herbie
right
Licious,
side.
who
It's a
you would have
relatively
seen
simple
playing
shot.
some games here before. So my Bucks night, we started off.
This one's
We went to the
starting here
Docklands, and I might get the event order out of whack here. I might miss something, but not intentionally because it was a hazy one. We went to the Docklands, and there's actually, I don't know if it still exists or not, but there was a place that had a heap of F1 simulators. So they actually had the full race pod set up and everything.
Yards to the front,
Oh,
63
scared the
to
shit out of me.
the
Well
hole.
done, Josh.
Have
With
to
maybe
calculate
about
the wind coming from right to left.
10 to 15 screens, like with a proper car set up and everything. And yeah, we went there first and raced some F1s. I can't remember how long we were there for or what type of events we did. But yeah, there was like pizzas and drinks and all kinds of stuff there. So we were there for a few hours, which was good. Then we went to, I think we walked to a comedy club in the city. And it was, I can't even remember the comedians were that were that were there, but there was meals and drinks included in that, so that was good. And then we ended up at an establishment afterwards.
That just skirts
Did we
the
do anything else in
outside
between that?
edge. That's a
I
tough
can't remember
break.
if we did anything else in between that or not. But we did like that much walking that you ended up kind of sobering up by the time you got to the next event. And I probably bitched out a bit and didn't drink as heavy as I could have
Rushed in for a
because
par
I don't
here
like
at
not
11.
being in control, not
Stay
remembering.
right where he is.
So yeah, that was a good night. For Herbie's bucks though,
Stepping up to the
The-
first par 5 on this back nine. It's the 12th.
So I was part of
and
the
it is
bridal party for that one.
576 yards.
the night before his
To the
bucks,
right,
we were at
direction to what 11
at the
does.
best
A good
man's
tee shot,
house,
and you can actually think about
and
reaching this
we were
par
playing
5 and
FIFA
2, but anything around the
and
front,
drinking,
front left,
and we
is still
got
gonna leave
absolutely
a
shit
relatively
faced the
simple
night before the
pitch
bucks. We
shot.
were
So when you stand
just
on that tee,
hammered.
think of birdie at least
And it
here.
got to about 4:30 in the morning, and we're like, "Fuck, we have to be up soon to go to this Bucks day," and we were all paralytic. And so we walked around his estate to try and sober up because it was like freezing cold outside.
Well,
so we
you
walked
can't
around
walk
to
out
sober
and
up, sat in the
drop it
park
any
and had a
better than
D&M
that. That
fucking
is a
discussion for
fine
about
tee
2.5
shot right
hours.
there.
Got semi sober, and then we went to the Bucks day, and so it was a stinking hot day. It was about high 20s, low 30 degrees, and the first thing on the list for his Bucks day was, has anyone ever played bubble soccer? It's when you're basically in a Zorb ball, which is like one of those big inflatable balls that you can run around in. You got to kick the ball and you're just crashing into each other. So we were all like still ridiculously hungover / drunk from the night
That's
before,
it. 2 solid shots
running
right
around
there.
in Zorball, sweating and crashing into each other. It was horrible. It was the worst feeling.
So now this one to have enough to get up a
Yeah,
fairly
so that
steep
was
slope.
that was
This for
another
eagle.
good night. I'm sure other people got good Bucks stories as well. You got scammed by your kid's school. How did you get scammed? Just school fees in general? I'm not looking forward to that. But yeah, Kidney, I did get crucified for not drinking enough on my own bucks, not going to lie. Drank plenty on Herbie's one. Oh, it was, honestly, it was just horrible because you wanted to get amongst it and have fun doing the Zorba soccer, but
Yes,
you're on the
very
verge of vomiting the
well
entire
played ball.
time.
That's in for birdie.
What else did we do for
And
that?
with it, he's going to move to within 3 of
Stopped
the
at some
lead.
random bar and he did skittle bomb. I don't know. That was a crazy night.
Here we are now at the
No one spewed inside the
252-yard
ball,
par
but
413,
two of us got very
requiring a
close.
straight
But
tee shot.
as
Fairway widens for
as you
long
do,
hitters,
there was
offering
only 4 of
good
us who
approach
knew that
to
we
the
had drunk that
green,
much the night
flanked
before.
by 2
We didn't
bunkers
let
in
on,
front.
but then we inadvertently started targeting each other to try and make each other vomit because that's just what you do. But yeah, it was a very disgusting sweat fest. Wasn't much fun. There might have been a soccer game on in the
Looking for a
city.
strong finishing kick here
we
on this
watched as
Friday
well.
to get set up
The end of
for
those
the
nights get a little bit
weekend,
hazy,
and
but
that
I know we had
another
lots of
good
fun.
drive here. From the fairway Nota, this is second.
School's free.
145
Oh, what?
left to the hole, coming
That's
off
good.
a birdie at the previous hole, looking to go
But you have to
back-to-back.
give school notice that you're taking your kids on holiday, which we did, middle of April, and they told me today 4 days before we fly. Why? Nah, bullshit. You've got to pay £120 fine because how can they decline your holidays? It's your holidays. If you want to take your kid out of school, that's on you guys, and that's your decision to make as a family. Like, why do they have... I don't understand. Why do they have any control over that? It's not a workplace. Oh yeah, we kept drinking. Absolutely kidding me. So we ended up, after that, we were walking down the street to wherever, I think we were going to Elephant Wheelbarrow, but that was still a little bit of a way off. And we're just stopping at all different pubs and bars along the road. And yeah, one of them was just desperate for business because they were completely empty. And we asked the dude to make us his most favourite shot or whatever, and he'd lined up about 16 Skittle bombs. So we did those, and we ended up at Elephant Wheelbarrow for a bit, and then
200 yards, Frank.
And there's a bunker short.
there was some other activities in between that.
If you do miss
That's
when that body
good
of
fun.
water to the right really comes into
There must have been a
play.
sporting game on
Typical
Elephant
Floridian
Wheelbarrow,
golf,
I'm pretty
but,
sure.
high-flying, soft landing tee shot once again is the goal.
Yeah, Josh, I would not be having to pay a fine. It's illegal if you don't give 20 plus days notice, which you did anyway. I don't even know if I've spun it the right way. Did anyway, and they told me week after a week. I went in this
That
morning
one
for a
gonna
confirmation
wind up
letter
smack dab in the middle of the green.
to cover our ass, and they turned around and says
this,
declined.
birdie.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's a long putt, so pace is
Can
important, but there's
you
not a whole
can
lot
you
to
fight
it.
that?
Fancy the chances of getting this close.
Set me right off. I still don't understand why you have to give notice though. I can understand in a workplace. Oh, what a putt!
Oh,
But how come you have to
never
give
a doubt.
notice?
That one was
Yeah,
threatened
for
the
that.
entire way. It
Just
is in
what happens if you
for
don't pay it?
Spectacular birdie.
Like
And a
surely,
move to
yeah, surely it's up to
11 under
you
par.
and
Next
your
up,
family
the
if
final
your kids
par 5 of the
go on
day
holiday
here
or
at
not.
the wetlands, the 590-yard 15. Again, no bunkers or water in the landing zone.
Oh, I've got to watch
it
out for
is
this
time to
branch.
give one a ride.
Legally required to be in school. Yeah, but you're the parents. That's your call. That's shit. Oh, what do you get grilled about, Sarge? About Taranto? Surely.
Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here.
Yeah, so he should. He's, like as we said on the pod, he's backpedaling something fierce about this. Just made a right dick of himself. So there you go. There's some drinking stories. I very, very rarely drink. Like, if we're talking Monday to
That's
Sunday,
what he wanted to do. After
I-
the tee shot, puts himself
I would be
in
li-
a
I wouldn't
good position
drink
here on the par 5.
at home just cause at all, unless I had leftover drinks from a party or something. I just don't do it. But if we go out for an occasion, like if it's a mate's party or bucks or whatever it might be, definitely make the most of it. We had a wedding the other year for one of Lauren's
Another
cousins,
birdie.
and it was open bar tab. So we all got amongst that. Fireball, anyone had fireball shots? It's like cinnamon. That was they were coming thick and fast.
Everything going right now.
On government
That
website, it
fourth
says parents
consecutive birdie. He's gonna
are
get
entitled to remove your
two
kids from
shots of the
school
lead now as he moves to
without
6 under
consent.
par.
Oh, you homeschool? How's that going for you, Carlton? Has that been good? Was that by choice, or did that kind of scare me? Oh, Sarge? Or did that come about mainly because of COVID? Like, how did that all happen? Yeah, I'll be fighting that, Josh, 100%. Yeah, fireball shots, they were, yeah, nasty night. Sarge, I put $10 on Taranto with the Brownlow at $67, and the cash out value is at $51. And the man is, I know, he's a clown, Sarge, he's an absolute clown. That is good odds, mate. You will be a nervous man come Brownlow night. We have to keep winning though. But the games that he's done well in, I can't see who else has taken votes off him. For like, maybe opposition, but from our perspective, he could be getting a lot of twos as well.
Yeah, why not? Another great tee shot and maybe a chance now.
Yeah,
to
that
go
can't
out
be
for what
legal,
would be
Josh.
a 5th consecutive birdie. So from right
Like,
around the middle of the fairway, this is
The overriding factor has to be you're the kid's parents. It's totally up to you whether they're in school or out. If you want them to miss a couple of weeks and go on holiday during school, that's on you. And then it's on you and the kids to, obviously do the required catch-up homework and all that kind of jazz. Which I'm sure you would know and understand that if you are taking your kids out.
How about that? But it is a great approach.
But to fine them, like,
a straightforward look here for birdie.
he might have, Sarge, he might have even in the... Because a lot of our losses, oh God, are close. So we might even get a lot of ones
There's
too.
another one.
It's going to be interesting.
It's 5 birdies in
I had
a
real
row.
trouble getting my kids to school,
gonna
just
get
not want to
this to
go, so we
7
decided to
under now.
homeschool.
2
Oh, okay,
shots
cool.
off the lead.
So, do you share the
Another
load?
longish par 3 here at the wetlands. This one
That's
with
fascinating.
38 yards, 17.
I'm glad it's
A
working out,
bunker
though,
on
the
either side of the
homeschool.
green.
So, how does that
Shot
work though? Do
fits
you
it
have
well
to
for that
contact,
can
say, the
shape it a
education
bit
department, for
from
example,
right
to
left.
get a rundown of any type of curriculum, or is it simply up to you what you want to teach? Like, how does it work on that front? Oh, I may have hit this a fraction too hard. Yep, I've absolutely smoked that. Oh, good spin though. Good spin. Like, I get they're trying to make sure the kids learn, but it says in a legal document it has to be 20 plus notice. And it's been, yeah, so despite the rule itself being completely ridiculous, you still abided by it and you gave them the notice anyway, and they're still saying it's declined. Like, what is going on? There's got to be an appeals board of some kind to get that overturned.
8-foot putt here.
Yeah, that's
Good putting.
putt. It is in for par here at 17. It'll hold tight.
See, I did my
Minus 13.
schooling just at public schools, went all the way through, did year 12.
Finishing our day at the wetlands in Florida with the
Didn't-
shortest par 4 of the course.
For a lot of my high schooling,
77
I had always
yard
wanted to be
Water down the
a
left
sports
should be a
journalist.
factor. Driver and a
Handwriting
short
is
iron,
atrocious,
and a birdie,
but I
very
had
much in the
always
cards.
been good at writing, like whether it was articles for the sports newsletter, anything sports related I could kind of really excel at because I was interested in it. And so, yeah, I wanted to do sports journalism or teaching, but then kind of realised that
Strong finishing kick here
with
on
sports
this Friday to
journalism,
get set up
it's a
for the
very, very, very
weekend,
tough
and
field to
that,
get into
another
because
good drive here.
everyone wants to do
Little
it.
over 80 yards here
If
as he
people want to
gets
do
set for
journalism,
his second.
typically, more often than not, sports journalism is probably the go-to one for a lot of people. And then from the sort of limited research I did, it ended up kind of being a lot more about the not what you know, but who you know. And I just simply didn't really know anyone in that field, so I kind of let it go by a bit.
With that, no
Um,
doubt.
But then I suppose, ironically, and I'm not at all saying what I do is journalism because it's not, but then ironically you end up doing a 7-year podcast that's got some good traction where media people actually listen and tune in, and it's almost got similar vibes, which is cool. Oh, you decide, you work it all out.
Lovely pitch
Okay.
shot.
Simply up
Snipped
to
that
us
ball
what
off
we
the turf.
want to teach.
Just flew through the air
okay.
beautifully. Sat down fairly quick as
That's
well.
awesome.
Good shot.
And the kids obviously are loving it and responding how you wanted them to, so that's even better.
Okay, safely in for
This is
his
still being
par
funny
18.
because they've
And this
altered
will
legal
be
form.
even
We
better
think it's
than
because I went in and
yesterday's
had a
total.
go
It is
because
the
my
second
kids
round,
weren't getting drinks in
65.
school. They were coming
So
home
for
early
our
with
future
headaches.
golfer, Frank,
What the
their
hell is
position
going on at
here
that
for the
school,
weekend
Josh? What do you
is
mean
to
they
cut
weren't
the
getting
shots back of
drinks?
our leader.
Basically, it's just
So what,
birdie
your
bogey
kids are
by
asking to
time.
go
I
get a
think
drink
that's
and
the
they're
way we'll
being
look at it
declined?
come, tomorrow.
That school sounds all kinds of messed up. Golf level up. Very good. What time is it? 11:17. They'd come home and literally drink a pint of water. Wow, that's crazy. Kids should never, well, no one should be denied water. Like, my goodness. Yeah, you'd have to be asking. I'm glad you did go and have a crack at him. That's crazy. Oh, 3 hours a day, that's okay. No, that's really cool. Good to hear that the homeschooling stuff is going well. Alright, that is probably about it for me because it's 20 past 11. Got to get up and get into the office tomorrow. Debating on whether to make a video tonight for a state of the play for AFL 23 and just give some thoughts on that. But I don't know whether I've left my run too late or not. But otherwise I might do something in the next couple of days. We'll see how we go. So we will see what happens. But no, good night everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Min, thank you so much again for the double gifted subs, and well done on winning the $10 on the gift sub board. Congratulations. I'll touch base and we'll organise for the $10 to come your way. Brados, thank you so much for your Prime sub as well. Really appreciate it. Kablami, thank you for the follow. And thank you to Carlton, Kidney, Jamie, Josh, Min, Sarge, Grok, and the rest of the family who were in earlier having a chat. So, very, very good night. It was a good night. Yeah, I might do a state of play Kidney for AFL 23. Just the pros and cons and what's to come and all that, and see how it goes. But yeah, Make sure you get around any videos that you see posted. I haven't done many for a little while, but I'll try and get some TikToks and shit happening, and on YouTube as well. And I'll try and work out why this TikTok thing didn't work simultaneously, because that was glitchy as shit. That wasn't very pretty at all. But should be, Josh. Should be. Possibly tomorrow, maybe not Wednesday. Wait, tomorrow is Wednesday because we have the public holiday. I'm so lost with these days off, I swear to God. Maybe not tomorrow. No, tomorrow's Tuesday, not Wednesday. Wow. So maybe tomorrow night, not Wednesday, possibly Thursday, probably not Friday. Although, because I don't know whether I should stream F1 straight off the bat, because I'll be like kind of just looking around to find shit and get to know things. But yeah, if I do, it might be later in the evening once I've gotten used to the first little bits and pieces of it. So but yeah, I should definitely on before Friday. So we'll definitely chat then before you fly out though. So have a good night, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I should be on in the next day or two, probably back to AFL. We should see a patch in the next couple of days. Hopefully, might have some more management stuff. Hopefully, and we'll give that a run and see how we go. So have a good night, guys, and speak soon. Be safe.